What is up, Pokemon Go trainers? It is your boy, TheGoulGuy, back at you guys yet again with another video. Today, we are going to be taking a look at the Great League, because apparently, all the leagues are pretty much open right now. We got the Great League, the Ultra League, and as well as the Master League. Of course, the most popular league, that being the Great League. We are going to be taking a look at one of my favorite and probably most fun teams in the Great League. Oh. It's raining right now. Got a water pump. I don't know if you can actually hear that or not, but we're gonna ignore that. Ooh. Alright, back at it. But yes, anyway, we are going to be looking at the Great League, one of the most popular leagues out of the three. It is the Open Great League, pretty much one of the fan favorite leagues, essentially. But yes, I have one of my favorite, most fun teams that I have ran so far, and I'm going to be showcasing it here with you guys today. But anyway, without further ado, let's go into the team right now. So literally we have a 3 shadow team, This is actually one of the first times I've actually been like, I want to say comfortable actually running with 3 shadows in the Great League, because of course shadows hit hard, but they are very sensitive, they are very fragile, they are very glassy. But this team in particular is just so much fun because they all have like pretty much strengths within the Great League, especially with all the buffs, the new buffs that they actually added. But without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so the team that we got here is Shadow Sandslash in the front. We got Feraligatr, Shadow Feraligatr as our switch, and then we have Machamp, Shadow Machamp in the back. The freaking the main buffed he's a buffed Pokemon essentially for this season. I was running him in the beginning of the season, and now I'm even running him towards well, not even the end, but you know what I'm saying, I'm still running this team, which is pretty awesome. But without further ado, you know what we do, we are going to show the stats of everything before we actually go into the battles here. We got the Shadow Sandslash here with Powder, Snow, Ice Punch, and as well as Drill Run. Pretty much the most optimal moves for Shadow Sandslash. Pretty good PvP IVs as well, low attack, high defense, high HP. Of course, you probably, for Great League, you probably want more of just defense and HP and no attack, but this will work for what we have right now. And then we go into our Feraligatr here, Shadow Feraligatr. Pretty much, pretty much everybody that has been watching the channel is pretty familiar with this Feraligatr. Shadow Claw, Ice Beam, and as well as the Hydro Cannon, one of my favorite Pokemon to use in the Great League. Low attack, high defense, high HP as well with that guy. Pretty decent PvP Great League IVs anyway. And then last but not least, we have our Machamp, Shadow freaking Machamp. Oh, not that one. The Great League Shadow Machamp with Karate Chop, Stone Edge, and as well as Cross Chop. And this one does not have any good PvP IVs at all, but it is still a really good shadow, and it does what it needs to do. But yes, without further ado, let's get into the battles. That is the team, those are the stats, and those are the moves. Let's get into it. Alright, but yes, let's get into the first match here. As I said, this team is phenomenal. In terms of coverage, they pretty much have it all. But as I said, they're super glassy, so you definitely have to make sure you take advantage of switch advantages. Make sure you're catching the moves when you need to catch moves. But anyway, going into the first match, we got Sandslash versus the Feraligatr. We end up switching into the Machamp just because of the fact that the Machamp is going to be able to get to his charge moves faster than the Feraligatr. Now, we do get walled eventually with the I forgot what it was, Wigglytuff here. Wigglytuff, of course, is going to do a lot of damage to me. I tried to get off the second karate, or the second cross chop there, but unfortunately they end up getting us down there. But that is fine. We switch into our Sandslash. Sandslash should be able to handle most of the attacks that the Wigglytuff has with the Swift, and as well as the the Swift, and as well as the Disarming Voice there. Is it a Disarming Voice? I'm not sure. That's a fairy move. I forgot. I haven't used Wigglytuff in so long. But anyway, we are able to build up a lot of charge energy there. We were able to farm down the Wigglytuff. Now, it really depends on what they bring back in. They bring back in the Feraligatr, so we are able to throw the Drill Run, which is very nice. Let's see if they end up shielding. Nope, they don't end up shielding, which is fine with me. We do get to another drill run. I really could just use Ice Punch. I probably should have just used Ice Punch there, but most likely they'll probably end up shielding. Let's see what they do. Yep, they do end up shielding, which is fine with me. We switch back into the Feraligatr. Not back in. We switch into the Feraligatr. We didn't even use the Feraligatr first. But anyway, we switch into the Feraligatr trying to basically get the health down. We end up using our shield. That's fine. So now we both only have one shield. They end up switching into the Mandibuzz. We have our Ice Beam ready to go for the Mandibuzz, which is good for me so far. Ice Beam coming through, taking out pretty much majority, well, half of the health, or a little bit more than half of the health of the Mandibuzz, which is very nice. They're going to be getting to their charge move before we get to our next one there. I'm thinking in my head, like, should I have used Hydro Cannon? Probably not. It's definitely not going to take out the Mandibuzz. That's fine with me. So we do get to the Ice Beam. Let's see if they end up shielding this time. Let's see. This will be their last shield. Let's see what they do. They do end up shielding. We end up switching back into the Sand Slash there. Pretty much going to be using our last shield just because of the fact that Sand Slash is going to be able to take a little bit of the and then they switch back into their Feraligatr. Feraligatr didn't have any health at all. They switch back into the Mandibuzz. We do get to the Ice Punch. They have no more shields left. Let's go. Ice Punch should be sealing the deal on the Mandibuzz. Let's get it. Boom. Knockout, and we are on to the next game. But yes, as you can see, even when like literally I switched into the Machamp got walled by the Wigglytuff. I was still able to do a lot of chip damage onto the Wigglytuff, enough for me to actually like capitalize and build up a lot of energy onto the Sand Slash, which capitalized on the rest of the Pokemon. So that's kind of my strategy with that one there. You pretty much have to make sure like when's the right time to use shields or not with this team, because shields are going to be very valuable with the 3 shadow team. But anyway, we end up switching into the Feraligatr because it was a bad lead with the Marowak. They end up switching into the Artabac. I probably should have just used Hydro Cannon here, but we end up using the Ice Beam. I know it is part ice, like it's an ice dragon, but looks like Ice Beam still did a pretty good amount of damage, so I'm not mad at that at all. They end up using a charge move, which is a Dragon Claw. I probably could have took that and probably could have held on to the shield, but that's fine. We end up building some energy, basically taking down the Artabac with the Shadow Claw, which is nice, building up some energy there. They switch back into their Marowak. We have a Hydro Cannon ready to go, and we even have another Hydro Cannon ready to go if we want to throw that one. Let's see what happens. Cool. Yep. And let's see if we get to the second Hydro Cannon, which is amazing. Let's go. Let's see if we can take out this freaking Marowak here, or do they use their second shield? They do end up using their second shield, which is fine with me. We end up switching to the Machamp here, because the Machamp is going to be able to take the fire damage from the I believe Fire Spin at least, but we are going to have to use a shield there, which is fine with me. They don't have any shields left. Let's see if we can get to the Stone Edge. We don't get to the Stone Edge in time, but that's fine. They switch into their Cresselia. We switch back into our Sand Slash. Cresselia is not going to really have that much pressure towards me between the Moonblast and as well as the Grass Knot, so I'm not really too concerned there. We do get to the Drill Run here. Drill Run should be doing a decent amount of damage onto the Cresselia. Anyway, let's see if it hits. It does hit there. Let's see if we can get to another Drill Run here. No pressure on the Sand Slash, the Shadow Sand Slash on this Cresselia. As I said, the moves pretty much both are basically are resisted. They're non-effective towards the Sand Slash, which is very nice. Looks like they're going to be coming back at us with another probably Moonblast here. Let's see what happens. Yep, there's the Moonblast there. We can just farm down. Oh, never mind. They switch back into the Marowak just in time, which is fine with me. We switch back into the Machamp there. They do not have any shields left, so we are going to be able to get the the Stone Edge off. Boom, knocking out the Marowak. Let's see if we can take out this freaking Cresselia with the Cross Chop. Let's go. Karate Chop building up that energy super fast. Let's go. Let's hit him out. Let's knock him out here, Machamp. I think he just closed out the game. That's why it took so long to actually get this charge move off. And boom. We hit him, and nice. We win with the Machamp. Machamp beating out Cresselia. Who would have thunk? Who would have thunk? You know what I'm saying? But anyway, yes, that is another example of how good this team actually is. A freaking amazing team. But yes, triple shadow team going ham right now. Love it, love it, love it. But yes, very much a fan of this team. All three of these Pokemon I have used, well, other than Machamp this season anyway, to a great extent. So very nice that I have that. All right, so we got Sandslash versus the Weezing. Now, Weezing, I did not see him charge that much into a overheat. He's going to use a Brutal Swing. Brutal Swing doesn't do that much damage, but he is very spammy nonetheless. We end up switching into the Machamp onto the Malamar, of course, because it is part dark, but it is psychic, so it takes more neutral damage. But Cross Chop should be doing a good amount of damage. Yeah, it still does a good amount of damage onto the Malamar, which is very nice. Now, I could shield here, or I can let it go and then switch into another Pokemon here. Let's see what I do. Yeah, I just let that go. And yeah, we're just going to switch in to the Feraligatr. Feraligatr should be able... Ooh, never mind. I thought I was going to be able to actually basically farm down. Unfortunately, I cannot. We saved the shield. I probably could have used the shield there. I don't know. It might come in handy. Let's see. Alright, they switch into the Raichu. Now, Raichu, of course, electric, psychic type here is not going to be the best for the Feraligatr there. So we switch back into the Sandslash. Sandslash has the Drill Run. Let's go. Believe they just used their shield for the Hydro Cannon beforehand too, so I believe that would be their last shield if I'm not mistaken. We still have two shields, which is very nice. We use the shield for this one. I normally could tank that. But you know, obviously with low health, it's a shadow. I had the shield there. We have two shields, so no worries. We got the Drill Run going into the Weezing. Boom! One shot and KO in the Weezing. Let's go. Do we get to the Drill Run? Yes, we do. We do get the Drill Run for the Raichu. Let's see if this KOs as well. This should be KOing. Let's do it. Boom! KOing, bye-bye Raichu, bye-bye Weezing, and we are on to the next match. Let's go. But yes, this team has been working phenomenally. Let's go. I know I do with these battles, I think I do have one loss here. I don't know, I forgot which ones in particular. But we're gonna see here. Spoiler alert, there is gonna be at least one, but let's see. Looks like it might be this one, I don't know. Licky in the lead here, another really good buffed Pokemon here. So yeah, they bring in the Licky. They switch into the Gligar. We're gonna be using the Stone Edge here. Stone Edge at least is gonna be doing a decent amount of neutral damage. Since it is part flying. Oh god, okay, never mind. It does a lot of neutral damage actually. We're definitely going to be letting this go. There's no point of keeping the Machamp here. Machamp doing super effective damage with the wing attacks there. No point of that. We switch back in to the Sandslash. Sandslash should be able to farm up some energy here, which is very nice. Let's see, they switch it back into the Licky. We're going to be using a Drill Run onto the Licky before we end up switching into our Feraligatr. Boom. Cool. We switch into the Feraligatr here. Let's see if we can get a Hydro Cannon off. Alright, they end up switching into the Ferrothorn. We're going to be hitting it with the Ice Beam. I don't believe Hydro Cannon would be doing enough, especially with it being part grass. Yes, Ice Beam does a whole bunch of damage, which is very nice. Very nice. If we can get to the Hydro Cannon, I believe we got it. But we are going to have to use a shield here because the Power Whip as well as Thunder is going to destroy us. Yep, there we go. The shield is there. I probably could have farmed just a little bit more before it got to another charge move. I wasn't too sure when it was going to get to the next charge move. I probably should have charged up just a little bit more. But that's fine. Let's see if I can get to it. No, I cannot. So we're going to use another shield here. I might be able to actually farm it down with Shadow Claw, potentially. Let's see what happens. Power Whip coming through. We're going to shield that last one. Oh, they end up switching back into the Licky. Let's see what the Licky Licky got. Definitely going to be taking us out with its, yeah. Licky Licky always has the most strongest charge moves. Like, that's the point. Licky Licky is bulky at the same time has like the strongest charge moves, so like it's able to utilize that bulk and be able to use those charge moves, because those charge moves normally take a while to actually use. So yes, Licky Licky potentially might be taking us out here, depending on if it has Shadow Ball again. Yeah, Shadow Ball, boom. Oh, I'm still hanging on by a thread. I don't believe I'm going to be able to take it out with the super effective rollout, and yes, that is GG's. Good game to my opponent there. But yeah, as I said, there's going to be times where you are not going to be able to win, unfortunately, and that was the case there. I think the only thing I can think of is maybe just leading in with Sand Slash and just like continuing to take out the maybe just letting the Sand Slash go, and then, like, you know, getting switch advantage was Machamp. I'm not sure. That's the only thing I can think of. But anyway, going into the next match, they start with a Cacturn. They switch into the Clodsire. We got the Drill Run ready for it. Just remember, guys, you do not have to switch every time they switch, okay? So Drill Run is going to be coming in. Clodsire shielding up, which is fine with me. We're going to be switching into our Feraligatr. Feraligatr is going to be doing the super effective Hydro Cannon, but they do get to the charge move before we do. That's fine. They already used the shield. But we do not use a shield, which is... I was super ballsy at that point. That could have been an Earthquake. Probably did a good amount of damage, but they end up using Sludge Bomb on us. Sludge Bomb still does a good amount of damage to us. But we are 2 shields up, which we probably are going to be using a shield here. Yep, and just farming down. We're 1 shield up. I mean, we're 1 shield by 1 shield anyway. We were 2 shields up anyway. But we do have a full Hydro Cannon ready for the next person to come in. Oh, they switch back into the Cacturn. We have the Ice Beam ready for it. Let's get this Ice Beam off. Let's see if it KOs the Cacturn, or do they use their last shield? They do end up using their last shield, which is fine with me. Switch back into the Sand Slash. Sand Slash doing a whole bunch of damage, but they are also doing a whole bunch of damage to me as well, so I do have to be cautious of that. We're going to be shielding there. That was our last shield. They already used their last shield, which is fine with me. They switch into the Azumarill. Now, with Azumarill, I do have to be cautious. It's super bulky, but at the same time, Sand Slash typically is not effective to Azumarill's charge moves, which is fine with me. We should be able to at least do a couple of drill runs before I go down at least. Let's see what happens. Yes, another drill run coming through. We both do not have shields right now, so if I can get to at least one more drill run, we definitely got it. But looks like they were able to get to their charge move, which is fine. They are going to be able to actually get rid of the rest of their energy there, and they're going to have to build up to a little bit more charge moves. I switched into the Feraligatr first. I switched into the Feraligatr first thinking he was going to throw another charge move. I thought he had more energy. But he could have, I don't know what just happened there. He could have used a fairy move, and I probably could have just died there. I don't know if he just was thinking like, oh, I'm just going to throw like Ice Beam just to take out the Feraligatr. I don't know what that was, but he definitely could have took me out a little earlier there, but that's fine. We're just going to get this win here, because yeah, we are able to get to that cross chop again onto the Azumarill, and that should be KO. And we are hanging on by a thread, both the Machamp and the Feraligatr in the back. Let's go. But yeah, I thought he was going to throw energy onto the Feraligatr, but he ended up holding off. But anyway, we get the 4 out of 5 games. 1 there, which is very nice. But yes, as I said, this team, very fun, very amazing team for sure. If you don't see a lot of the PvP videos on this channel right now, it's because I'm focusing on getting to the next rank. Anyway, I believe it's Expert after Ace, if I'm not mistaken. I'm really focusing on that. I'm using a team right now that is used by one of the world champions. So yeah, I am not playing around, okay? But I will showcase that team for you guys as well. just because of the simple fact is it's also a really good team, really fun team. These world champions, they know what they're doing in terms of team building, okay? And there's even like I believe somebody that already hit legend. I went into PV Poke and actually like look up the specific team he has. I'm telling you, it's like BABB. Like the whole team, like it was solid in terms of like coverage, in terms of like defense. It was just insane. But we'll showcase that little later because I need XL candy for one of the specific Pokemon in general. But anyway, I'm going off into the tangent. But yes, this team was freaking amazing, freaking fun. Definitely recommend using this team. But yes, if you enjoyed the video, definitely leave me a like, subscribe to the channel. It helps the channel, helps your boy out, it helps the channel grow anyway. And comment down below what you guys thought of the team and what team are you running for the Great League right now. But yes, other than that, I'll catch you guys in the next one. All right, peace out.